Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our Sheffield United career mode. It's episode 39 today and we've got loads to crack on with. We're going to play through the entirety of January including the transfer window, and I'd like to get both legs of the Champions League last 16 in today's episode too. We're kicking off away at Liverpool at Anfield, who are really struggling to kick off the season. Currently languishing down in 9th place. Big opportunity to increase our gap at the top. Come on, you Blades. Big first game of the episode here away at Anfield. And although Liverpool is struggling down in 9th place, we had that big sort of rivalry with them last year, both domestically and in Europe, as we were both going for the same treble. So I'm sure they will be up for revenge today, and they've still got a very decent squad. As I mentioned, we got loads and loads of games to get through, so I'm just going to rattle on through as many as I can. Oh, Ramsey loses out. Oh, and Ramsey switched off again. Rafinha pulled across and Liverpool take the lead. It's taken an hour to have any sort of opening on goal, and it's Cody Gakpo, who scored against us in the cup final last year, who opens the scoring for the Reds. Ramsey switches off and Liverpool punish us. Oh, Rafinha, it's going to be two. Oh, it's brilliantly worked. And that will seal it. Caught on the break. And what an awful way to kick off today's episode. Liverpool get their revenge. And we're really struggling for form at the moment. 2 defeats in our last 3, and we need to turn this around. So an interesting bit of news here. Nilos Kai has returned from his loan at Citadella. And I have to say, he's looking very, very good indeed. 77 overall now. And I really like the look of his stats. He's got 5-star, 5-star. He's absolutely rapid, really good physicals. And some of his technicals are getting there as well. I feel like this is a little bit of it feels like a new signing for us. I think there's every chance he gets a decent bit of game time between now and the end of the season. They've just offered a few new contracts out, one of those going to Nilos Kaya on a first team wage. The others to Ibrahim Sangare, extending his contract for another year. And also Cameron Archer, who's had a good season, getting a 2-year extension on his current deal. Right, change of focus now as it's time for the FA Cup third round. We've been drawn at home against West Ham, so looking to get back to winning ways here as we turn our attention to the domestic cup. Also some good news as Luka Sucic returns to full team training. We're in desperate need of Luka back. So quite a few changes to the lineup today, with this being a cup game, but really important that we get back to winning ways. And with us already being dumped out of one domestic cup in an early round when we lost to Villa, oh, that's a good block in the Carabao. It's vital that we make it through here and make it to the 4th round. Well, that's ours. Well done, Vinny. I couldn't get it out and Morton wins it back. Trouble here. Oh, and Stefan beaten a little bit too easily for my liking. West Ham take the lead, and that is the worst possible start. Gus. Gabriel. Nice build up this. Wait for the run. It's João Pedro. He needs a goal, and he gets his goal. Blades back on level terms. Oh, Morton dispossessed. Matthews pokes it through to Vinicius, and just has to wait for the man to come across, and João Pedro's in behind. João Pedro tucks it in at the near post. And like London buses, you wait and you wait and you wait, and 2 come at once. João Pedro doubles up, Blades in the lead. Well, maybe Nilos, coming back from his loan spell, has sent a message to João Pedro and the rest of our attackers to say that if you want to start in this team, you've got to be firing. And Gus Harmer may have just fired us into the 4th round. Corner for the Blades here. Matthew swings it in, looking for João Pedro. There's the hat-trick. Certainly game over now. And João scores his 3rd to pick up the match ball. 4-1, game over. Jebison has Nilos ahead of him. Lovely ball, and Nilos away from his man. Kaya! Nilos with the debut goal, and I am such a big fan of this lad. Got a lot of competition, but if he continues scoring, then he's going to get some minutes. And Nilos Kaya, back from his loan spell, scores on his debut to round off the victory. So great bounce back for the Blades against West Ham, and we now face them again, this time in the Premier League. You will have just seen already lots of interest in Nilos Kaya as well. What a debut for the young Greek man. And he is going absolutely nowhere after signing that new contract. On to the next one, West Ham once again at Bramall Lane. Looking for a similar performance today, and preferably a similar result as well. The backup boys were able to do it against West Ham a week ago. Now it's a time for our starters to see if they can pull off the same feat as João Pedro. Nearly scored his 4th against West Ham in a week. Hayden's ball in, looking for Dom. It's up in the air for Anel, off the line. Still not clear. Matthews, and Dom's gone down. That's a big worry. Hayden swings the cross in. Kirkes, oh, what an effort. And kept out once again by the West Ham shot stopper. Corner into that near post for Ramsey. And again, we just can't quite find that breakthrough goal. Hayden into the middle and off the crossbar. Might drop for the captain and cleared. It's a good ball out wide to Bowen. He's got Nunes on the overlap. Morton. Still Morton. Lots of trouble here. Bowen, what a save, and the rebound's turned in. And West Ham take the lead just before the hour mark. Lots of work to be done. Our league form has just gone completely out of the window in recent weeks, and well, that won't help. What a finish by Ruiz. But shooting ourselves in the foot here. Gifting West Ham a second goal, and most likely all 3 points. Our league form is just completely shot. Malik wins it back on the break. Can we find an opening? Dom. Cam. Through to Carlos Alcaraz, who pulls one back. 2-1, 10 to play. Can we find an equaliser? Cam wins it back. Ibrahim. Ramsey. Carlos. Through the gap. Kaya! Oh, Nilos! 2-2 for our Greek wonder kid, and he has rescued a point. Right then, Leicester up next in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Then we go into transfer deadline day, where I'm expecting us to be unusually quiet, as I'm not looking to make any major changes to the team. Come on, you Blades. Need to return to winning ways. Corner for the Blades. Sucic just denied a few moments before. The corner's into Branthwaite. Oh! So still deadlocked at 0-0 here. That's a great win by Jefferson. And he waits for the runner, Nilos. And Nilos, 3-3 for the Greek wonder kid. And he is certainly making a name for himself in Sheffield. What a start to life here after his return from loan. 3-3. Nicholson, back from his injury, slips that into Gabriel. Oh, and what a run by Gus. And Harmer makes it 2-2 in the FA Cup. Scored against West Ham just a couple of weeks ago, and now against Leicester in the 4th round. That should be us in the hat for the 5th. So full time here at Bramall Lane, and Sheffield United through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. A much needed return to winning ways, and the backup boys do it again. We'll now head into transfer deadline day, where I think it's going to be a quiet one. So that'll do it for transfer deadline day. Still loads and loads of games to get through, so we're just going to jump straight in. Didn't feel the need to make any changes to the squad, so we will roll over the money that we had left in the budget to next season when we look to recruit again. Into the next game, it's a big one against Newcastle. Desperate to get back to winning ways here and get back on track after a pretty inconsistent run of form. And Sucic forces the first save of the game out of Emi Martinez. We really need to sort this form out, because we've been so inconsistent as of late, and that is not good enough if we're going to be Premier League winners come the end of the season. We're letting Arsenal and even Manchester City, who are sneaking up on us, right back into this as Dom heads in the opener. And that is exactly what we needed. A cheap corner goal, but we'll take anything at this point. Corner for Newcastle. Goes short to Mohamed Kudus. Nicely worked that. Cross comes in and Ramsey gets his head on it. Still not fully cleared though. Oh, what a strike. And Sandro Tonali levels up for Newcastle. What a hit. Here's Isak, the Swede, for Newcastle into Barnes. Their tails are up now. And with us being in poor form, Newcastle may be thinking they can go and nick a winner here as Barnes comes inside. Oh, I don't believe it. Scored at Bramall Lane and now scores in the reverse fixture too. And Newcastle have turned it around. Well, guys, you are seeing us bottle right in front of your eyes here. Our form has been so poor as of late. And hang on a minute. Kirkes, oh, what a save. We just keep losing in the Premier League and inviting those other teams back in. And at this current rate, we are not going to be lifting that trophy at the end of the season. This has been a really poor run of form. And it looks as if we're going to fall to defeat here again. In our last 5 Premier League games, Eddie Howe's side come away as victors. That is so disappointing. We've got to sort this form out. We've just had a quick scouting update. A couple of decent players that we'll continue looking at and 2 new players making it into our youth setup. Aston Villa up next, back at Bramall Lane, and desperate, as I keep saying, to get ourselves out of this poor run of form. Need to pick up all 3 points today. Come on, you Blades. This is a bad moment for us to be in a poor run of form because we've got really, really tough fixtures almost every week. And after that loss in the north at St James's Park, facing Aston Villa, who are a big chance missed by Sucic, who I always struggle against and knocked us out of the cup in the early stages of the season. This is going to be a really tough game, but a positive start here. Just need to make sure we get that first goal. And always favourite to win that. And Villa trying to press us high up, and if we can play through that, could be chances for us. That's a lovely little build-up. Nicholson. Oh, brilliant. Sucic. Oh, it's wide again. Ramsey could get away from the press here. And the chances have fallen to Luca so far, and he's not been able to take them. Here he is again. Luca. Brilliant ball to Jadon, who's onside. And Bogle into the penalty area. And across to Dom. And there is the goal. Sucic heavily involved. Doesn't get credited with the assist. It's Jadon who's in the lineup today who pulls it across. And the Blades lead. And it's Calvert-Lewin again. Oh, look at the space. Look at the space that we've given Villa and Raspadori. It's a nice build-up, but you cannot give players of that quality that much time and space. That's really poor from me at the back, and he was never going to miss from there. Villa back on level terms. That's such a cheap goal to give away. Sucic wins it back. Brilliant press from the Croatian. Now Cam and Sucic. Luca! And Harmer! Oh, how's he missed? Well, it's full time here at Bramall Lane, and it is a decent point that stops the rot, but I cannot believe that we didn't win it up the other end. First Luka Sucic, and then Gustavo Harmer on the rebound. Really should have made it 2-1. So, huge game up next in the Premier League after no wins in our last 4. It's Brighton and Hove Albion, currently sat in the relegation zone, as Arsenal have leapfrogged us into top spot. Need to win here as we host PSG in midweek in the Champions League as well. Huge game this. Come on, you Blades. Oh, what a ball that is. A Dingra. Away from Gus and from Anel, and it's a pen. It's a brilliant little sidestep by Simon Adingra, and the captain brings him down, and Brighton will have a spot kick. It's brilliant dribbling, and he does clip him. And Kristovic with the chance to give Brighton the lead, which he does. Not the start we were after. We have been abysmal today. Yeah, really poor start to this game here. And it could be 2. That's a good block by Jared. And I don't know what's up with us at the moment, because nothing's really changed. I think it's just the fact that we're in such a poor run of form at the moment. Another corner for the Blades here as we look to find a route back into this game. Good ball. Calvert-Lewin looking to attack it, but it's well won. Comes to Souza with Ramsey ahead of him. Jacob Ramsey, decent effort and well saved. Oh, Souza's been spun there. Jared wins it, but it comes straight back to Brighton. And again, and thankfully, we're saved by the flag. That is extremely lucky. Brighton are pressing us so high, but we just cannot play through them at the moment. Kristovic. Away from Jared. Off Anel. Still alive. Gavin saves, and Anel will clear just before the break. Oh, Anel, that's really weak. And Raum. Oh, Anel again. He's had a really poor game today. Brighton looking for a second here, and they might just get it. What a save by Gavin. Well, there's the whistle on the south coast, and it's another defeat for Sheffield United. This is possibly the worst run of form we've suffered in the entire save. That's now no wins in 5 in the Premier League, and this title is slipping through our fingertips. It's PSG up next. This is going to be an absolute slaughter. Well, it's PSG up next at Bramall Lane. Huge game in the Champions League, and it may come as a welcome distraction as we've now dropped to 3rd place in the Premier League. I cannot believe that after the start we made, but just goes to show you how important form is in this year's game. Really big first leg here, and we need to get a win to take back to France. Well, I am buzzing for the Champions League to be back at Bramall Lane, and we're competing against the best. Kylian Mbappe up top for PSG today, but it comes at a really bad time for us on this horrid run of form in the league. But I'm hoping that maybe the Champions League could be a welcome distraction for our boys. Come on, you Blades. Massive game here. Oh no, don't you dare. Oh, boys, what are we doing? Kylian Mbappe makes it 1-0, and this is atrocious. What is happening to us? Well, I guess it's a good thing that away goals aren't a thing anymore. Hang on. João Pedro! Back on level terms straight away. Well, this could be an absolute cracker of a tie, this. Brilliant from the Frenchman, Dembele. Oh, it'll come back to Kylian Mbappe. And when your luck's out, your luck is out. It's a cracking finish, and he is making me cry at the moment. What a strike from the Frenchman, but the way it falls back to him after we win the ball back there, I mean, come on. Sangare able to bring the ball away and find Evan Ferguson. Loads of space out wide for Kirkes, and Sule shouldn't be able to keep up with him here. And Gabriel gets there. Gabriel, 2 apiece. Cracking first leg here at Bramall Lane. And this is exactly what the Champions League is all about. Evan into Gabriel. Opening up for Gabriel, worth a go. And Gigi Donnarumma tips it away. Second half's been quieter than the first. Will there be a winning goal as that goes up in the air and PSG will clear? Renchi. Oh, no. No! Oh, how? I had the ball back with Renchi. And somehow we've given the ball back to PSG. Mendes down the left. I had it. And he just nicks it, and Dembele loses Malik in the middle and heads past Gavin. And it looks as if the French side are going to take a lead back to Paris. Well, that's full time here in Sheffield. First leg complete, and it is the Parisians who lead on aggregate by 3-2. We huffed and we puffed and we gave it a good go, but they just had too much quality, and in this run of form we can't buy a win at the moment. I'm starting to get really frustrated at this. Well, I'm not ending it there. I'm going to play until we win today, so we may be here for some time. But it's Everton up next at Bramall Lane. Got a good record over them throughout the course of this save. We have to return to winning ways here. Come on, you Blades. Oh man, I'm starting to get frustrated. Maybe taking a break is the best thing to do, but we just look like a completely different team than that which flew out of the blocks at the start of the campaign. And this is why form is it's just way too overpowered in this year's CM. It's oh my goodness, we can't keep the ball out of the net. Well, I've just seen Arsenal have gone a goal down at home to Leicester, so looks like nobody wants to win this Premier League title as Gavin makes an unorthodox save. But I mean, it was ours. We were halfway there. We'd done all the hard work at the start of the season, and we've just completely let it unravel. Luca, can you get away from Ghana? Just to go back to Kirkez. Space inside. Evan, Ibrahim. Oh, he's put it over. Corner for the Blades. Been a pretty poor game so far. Swung in looking for Calvert-Lewin and tipped over the top by Justin Bilo. We'll have another attempt here. Hayden from that same side. Looking for Dom again. Oh my God, what a save. Justin Bilo tipped onto the post and somehow kept out. Dom, oh, poor tackle that. Oh, and Garner's off. Second yellow for James Garner. Forgot he'd already been booked in the first half. And James Garner is off. Well, if ever we needed a gimme, it was now. Everton down to 10 men. And we need to find the win from here. Hayden looking for that near post. Sucic over the top. Well, we're still tied at 0-0 here. Haven't been able to create anything, but here goes Luca. Luka Sucic. Luka! Oh. Guys, I cannot believe that we're still not going to win this game. So many chances. And when you're down, you're just down in this game. It's just so hard to get out of these ruts. Well, this is looking like it's going to be it. Gabriel, Luka. Into stoppage time, Luka. Gabriel. And can we work it in? Calvert-Lewin! Yes! Finally the breakthrough! And it's Calvert-Lewin against his former team once again. Oh, we are down bad at the moment. We are down bad, having to scrape last-minute winners against 10 men. Worked into the middle and Dom squeezes it past Bilo. And we have our winning goal. And of course it's Calvert-Lewin. Last minute of the game, but we've done it. Blades finally return to winning ways in the Premier League. Oh man, I need a break. That is incredible. Oh, Calvert-Lewin at the death rescues us. But it was such a poor performance. We should have easily won that game. And Bilo played very well, but we made such hard work of it. We absolutely dominated and only just snuck the victory right at the death. Well, guys, that is where we will leave it for today. A victory at last in the Premier League, and our complete bottle has opened up an incredible title race. Arsenal lost, which means we jump back into second, 2 points behind the new leaders Chelsea, with a game in hand as well. Manchester United to come next in the first game of the next episode. But guys, it's been crazy. I need to go and take a breather, but we'll be back in the next episode with more big games and that Champions League last 16 second leg away in France. I'll catch you for it very soon, guys, and peace.